It's good to have the kids home. I enjoy that. I really do. Been good, hasn't it? You like this? I like it. I don't know if you do or not. I like it. Not very often I get to hear from the president, a few other people. But anyhow, it's good. We're glad you're here this morning. This is a great day and time of rejoicing and a time of victory. I know that if your heart is half as full as mine, it is a wonderful experience in your heart and life. Really is. I would like just briefly, don't have a lot of time, but briefly to recognize some people. First of all, I want everybody in the building that has been here, that was here the first service 40 years ago, December 1945, to stand. And keep standing for just a moment. Let me count you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Great. Thank you. Man, that's great. Boy, that's pretty good. Out of 65, still have 19. I've buried a lot of the rest of them. Pretty soon they're going to bury me, I think, those that are left. But anyhow, that's great. I wonder how many people are here. The first 10 years that we were here, our ministry grew and mushroomed. And fact of the business, the first 10 years we grew until our Sunday school reached over 700 in average attendance. And that was just before the plant out here laid off 19,000 people at one time. But I wonder how many people are here. You've been here with us 30 years or more. You came within the first 10 years of my ministry. You've been here 30 years or more. Would you stand? Isn't that a great crowd, folks? I like that. Amen. Wonderful. Well, now, I need to ask you, how many people are here visiting from out of the city? You're not a regular Grand Prairieite now. You're out of the city visitors. Would you stand all over the building? Out of the city. Isn't that great, folks? Amen. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Oh, that's wonderful. I've seen people from everywhere, preachers and others, ex-students and ex-members of our church. Great. It's just so good to have you, and I'm glad you're here. Now then, let me ask another question. How many people live in the city? You're not a member of Calvary, but you're visiting with us for this particular day. Would you stand? You're visiting with us for this particular day. You live in the city. Isn't that great? Thank you. Thank you. And in that group is Mayor Pro Tem James Kellum. Glad to have you and your wife with us this morning. Good to have them here today. That's great. Then, let me ask another question, because people always ask me, Preacher, how many people have you married? How many people have you buried? How many people have you baptized? And I don't know, and never kept a record of it. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. Really, I don't know. And since we do not have a representative here of those I've buried, I wonder how many people here that I have married. Would you stand? I have married you. Oh, would you accept my apology? Thank you. Oh, good night. By the way, some of those are second-generation marriages, and I think one or two of those are third-generation marriages. Some of the couples I married when I first came here, I married their children, and now, just recently, I married some of their children. Good night of living. I am glad. Well, a lot of special people here that are present this morning, and I wouldn't even attempt to go over that crowd. We're just glad you're here. We're thankful for you. Thank God for your coming. Thank God for your presence. We have received hundreds of letters and cards and telegrams and phone calls, not only from the United States, but from foreign countries. And it has been a real wonderful experience during this week. I'd like to recognize our staff here at Calvary. We have a tremendous staff, and you'll see a picture of them in this brochure that you'll get at the end of the service. But I'd like for all of the staff to stand, wherever you be. Wherever you be. We've got one back in the nursery. I see her rocking a baby back there. All right? Isn't that great? Give these folks a hand. They do a great job. They not only make my job easier, I'll tell you one thing, they do a lot of work. And I appreciate every one of them. They've done a tremendous job this past week, getting things ready for today. And of course, not just this past week, it's been months they've been working. And then this past 2 weeks, it has just kind of snowballed, and it has been a tremendous experience as they work night and day, literally. Brother Emil, my associate, is also the printer. He does all this 4-color process work, and modesty forbids me to tell you who taught him to do that. But anyway, he's been busy night and day for quite some time trying to get that done. But we're just thankful that you're here, and we're very grateful for you that made it possible for Kenny and Johnny to be here today. And then also living in this area, I have one granddaughter, Tracy. Where are you, Tracy? Wave your hand. Would you stand? You won't stand? Isn't that ungrateful? There she is. Ah! We have 3 other grandchildren. We have her brother, John Ken, lives up in Vancouver. That's Johnny's 2 children. And then Kenny has 2 children. Keisha, who will be a senior in high school next year, and AJ, who is in the 7th. Where are you? Somebody? 7th? 8th. In the 8th. And that's our youngest grandchild. And there will not be any more grandchildren, and probably no great-grandchildren. We're going to try to take care of that too. You know, there's a good family unit. My, it's good to have all of them here today. We're glad you're here. Thank the Lord for your coming, and we appreciate your presence in the service today more than you'll ever know. Just feel honored that you came to share with us here at Calvary today.